If you have a strong, solid company, it's very good to be listed. If you're not, it's better to wait until you are. But I think Stockholm is a very good place to be for a Swedish company. My name is Pär Svärdson, and I'm the CEO and the founder of Apotea. And Apotea is an online pharmacy. We founded Apotea 2012, so we're a little bit more than 12 years old. We're an online pharmacy, so we just sell online, and we do it in Sweden. We started in Sweden, but now we also have a small presence in Norway. We listed Apotea in the end of last year, and the reason for it was that we wanted to have more attention, more media, more a possibility for our owners to sell and buy shares and so on. It was a very successful listing, I think, and we're very glad. And the reason for that is, I think, a combination. We are a strong company with a profitable company, strong growth, a lot of Swedish customers, and a well-known brand in Sweden. But we also had very good advisors with SEB and Carnegie. And we also got a very good support from Nasdaq Stockholm. And the timing was probably also very good because we were the first company out for quite a long time. So everyone really wanted it to be successful. So we got extremely much support from everyone, and everyone wanted it to be successful. So we're very happy about it. I think it was a natural next step for us to go public, and we get more attention from media, from our customer can become an owner, and the owner can become a customer, and so on. But it's also good for our owners because they don't want to sell, but they can if they want to, and they can both sell and buy shares, and they get the market value of their stocks and so on. So I think it was a natural next step, and so far so good. I think it's better to ask what the market's expectation of us, and we shall try to really fulfill this expectation and try to meet them 24/7. I hope that if we meet this expectation and be a strong company, a profitable company, and a stable company, a lot of investors out there want to invest in us and follow our journey. I think it's better to ask yourself how we can meet the expectations. Apotea is an online pharmacy, so we sell medicine, prescription and non-prescriptions, and all these other products that you can buy in a pharmacy, like skincare and painkillers. And we started Apotea 12 years ago, just after the market was re-regulated in Sweden. You could start a pharmacy, a private-owned pharmacy in Sweden. And it has been very successful, and we have been growing every year since then. We have been profitable every year. And our goal is to continue to grow and double the business in 4 to 5 years and grow the profitability, but focus on growth. What we offer our customer and what the success factor is that a huge assortment. I mean, if you go to a physical pharmacy today in Sweden, they might have 2,000-3,000 products. We have 50,000. So you can find a much deeper and wider assortment. The next value proposition we have is the price. If you compare with the physical store, it's a huge difference, like 30% off or something. And these first two categories is how we attract new customer. But with very fast deliveries and high customer service, we keep the customer. So the first are to attract them, and then with these superior deliveries, we can keep them. So today we have 3 million Swedish customers, and it's almost 40% of all households in Sweden. And it's growing. It's growing with 10,000 new customers every week. We reach almost 40% of all households in Sweden. But we don't sell 40% of all pharmacy products in Sweden. So our biggest area for growth is if we can change the behavior of our customer so they buy more and more products from us. So if we have a customer that's buying prescription medicine today from us, if we can tell them, okay, you can buy your toothpaste, your shampoo, your skincare as well. Or the opposite, they buy toothpaste and they start buying prescription. The other is to attract new customers, of course, add more assortment. We also have a small business in Norway, and that's still very small. So we have a huge potential in Norway. We are an online pharmacy, and the online market in Sweden is quite strong. And we have a very sophisticated market for pharmacy products in Sweden. Sweden was the first country in the world with e-prescription. If you go to doctor, the doctor puts the prescription into a centralized database owned by the government. And all pharmacies can access this database. So you can go to a pharmacy in north part of Sweden, south part of Sweden, whatever. So this infrastructure together with digital IDs, so secure identification online, combined, it's a very sophisticated market. So I think that has been crucial for us to grow. A very strong trend today is AI and automation. And for e-commerce, I think it's very important trends. Just a few years ago, you couldn't really handle a product without a human hand. But today, with an AI robot, you can pick and you can pack different products just with the robot. And that's a big change. And if you look at AI, you can also make our business much more efficient. And if you compare it with the physical store, in a physical store, you have more like a one-to-one interaction between two humans. In e-commerce, you have interaction between a human and technology and a warehouse. And if we can automate that warehouse and that technology, we can make this interaction much better in the e-commerce sector. So I think we are like in a shift between e-commerce 1.0 and 2.0. So I think we will see a huge change in the coming years. On the stock market in Sweden, we have a lot of companies that is very strong in both retail and tech. And I think that is very good for us. When we wanted to be listed, we were like, when we spoke with the different investors around the world, they was very interested in Stockholm because of this strong arena. And I think that's very good for us. And we want to contribute to that arena, be a strong player in the Swedish market. So this community will be even stronger and continue to work with this arena. And I think it's very good for all Swedish companies that we have a strong stock market in Sweden. If you are present in the Swedish stock market, a lot of international investors follow Sweden because all these strong companies. And when we join this community, we can be part of that, and we can, if we want to find money or if we want to have access to international funds and investors, it's very good for us to be in Stockholm because all these investors are interested in Stockholm. I think it's very good for companies to be listed in Stockholm because when we discussed with all these international investors, they said, we are follow Stockholm really close because we know that companies in Stockholm are very strong companies, they are honest, good corporate culture and so on. So I think it's very valuable for us to be listed here. I think it's very important that you're ready for it. So the company is strong, profitable, and if you have a strong, solid company, it's very good to be listed. If you're not, it's better to wait until you are. But I think Stockholm is a very good place to be for a Swedish company.